Hello and welcome. You are listening to the Ditch Decade Diets podcast. I am your host, Lorna, certified food freedom coach and founder of the Ditch Decade Diets Academy. I've spent 10 years in an unhealthy relationship with food, binge eating, over-exercising, and feeling insecure in my body. This podcast is all about helping you get to the root of your food struggles and teaching you how to rewire your brain so you can end binge eating. If you're ready to improve your relationship with food and cultivate more self-love towards yourself and your health, this is the podcast for you. So let's get to it and jump right in. So I'm going to be doing something so incredibly special over these next 30 days. So I decided here on my TikTok, I am going to be, for the next 30 days, I'm going to be doing a series where every single day for 30 days, I'm going to be sharing a very specific tool or hack that will help you stop binge eating, or I'm going to be sharing something that helped me become binge free. So I've been binge free for 4 years now, and I know what it takes to stop binge eating. I know the strategy, I know the mindset, and I want to be sharing this with you guys over the next 30 days on my TikTok platform. And then at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day, not too sure if I'm going to be doing the weekends, but for sure Monday through Friday, I'm going to be elaborating on that tool on a deeper level. So on my TikTok feed, you're going to see the one specific tool, and then I will be doing a live stream to kind of go a little bit deeper. Maybe if I have some time, I can answer your guys' questions in the chat. But just to really connect with you guys, give you guys more support, and share really what it takes to stop binge eating. So we got people from Toronto, Canada. We got people from Canada, England, Oregon, USA. So cool. Somebody was from New Zealand. That's all amazing. Okay, cool. So also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So twice per week, I'm doing a giveaway. Twice per week, you will have the opportunity to win for free a masterclass with me that I do inside of my membership. So every single month inside of my membership, you get access to a masterclass. And for twice per week, I will be choosing 2 people every single week for the next 30 days to win a masterclass with me, which is going to be insanely valuable to help you stop binge eating. All you need to do is literally go and leave a rating and a review on my podcast. So the podcast is called the Ditch Decade Diets Podcast. If you're going to be leaving a rating and a review, just make sure that you leave your TikTok name, or you can leave your Instagram name, or take a screenshot and message me so that I know that you did it. And then if you win, I can message you. Is that cool? I'm so freaking pumped, you guys. That's literally all you need to do. Rate the podcast, rate the Ditch Decade Diets podcast, leave a review, either leave your Instagram name, your TikTok name, or take a screenshot and message me so that if you win, I can message you and say, congratulations, you won a masterclass with me, and it's going to be fantastic. So I'm super, super, super excited. Okay, now what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is something that will help you with your binge urges. How many of you guys have these strong urges to binge? Like they feel demanding, they feel persistent. It literally feels like an itchy mosquito bite that needs to be scratched. Drop a me in the chat if you're like, yeah, that's me. My urges feel so strong and like I must give in. Anyone relate? I know for me, when I was on my journey, man, like the urges felt so strong. No matter how many times I would tell myself, like, I'm not going to give in, how many times I promised myself, like, I'm not going to binge, the urges felt so strong. They felt so demanding. They felt so persistent. And it felt like I didn't have a choice but to give in. And I want to share a mindset piece with you that will help you to not give in to your binge urges. So, and if you're watching, give me some hearts in the comment. Yeah, there we go. I see the hearts. I love it. Diana, thank you. This is amazing. So I want to share a mindset strategy with you to help you not give in to your binge urges. Now, this morning, I actually was in a cold plunge. Have you guys done a cold plunge before? My husband and I just bought one of the kind of like inflatable cold plunges in our backyard. And if you've ever been in a cold plunge, it sucks. Like it is freezing. Hey, Megan, it is so cold. And when I was in the cold plunge, my mind was telling me, like, get out. This is super uncomfortable. Like, get out. You're going to experience comfort. Like, literally just stand up and get out, and you're going to experience comfort super quickly. Like, you can't do this. Like, just get out. It sucks. It's hard. It's challenging. Just get out of the cold plunge. And that reminded me so much of when I used to feel the urge to binge. Your mind is going to convince you that you must give in. Your mind is going to tell you it's too challenging. Your mind's going to tell you the urge is too strong. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Heather. Your mind is going to convince you like the only way you're going to experience comfort and relief and pleasure is by giving in. And when I was in the cold plunge this morning, I was reminded that there is a difference between discomfort and pain. Drop discomfort versus pain in the chat. Discomfort versus pain. There's a big difference. When you're experiencing the urge to binge, you are experiencing discomfort. You're not in pain. Now, your brain is going to convince you that you're in pain. Your brain is going to convince you you're in pain, SOS, you must give in to the urge. That's the only way you're going to experience pleasure. That is what you must do. But you are experiencing discomfort, not pain. And there's a difference. With discomfort comes comfort. When I was in the cold plunge this morning, I literally felt like I was going to die. My whole body was shaking. My mind's like, oh my God, this is so challenging. But eventually I got out and I felt energized and I felt like I was on top of the world. I was so productive today. I had so much energy. I was like a little, I don't know, I was like an Energizer bunny this morning. But the comfort only comes when you experience the discomfort. Now, when it comes to the urge to binge, you can handle the discomfort knowing that it doesn't last forever, knowing that if you don't give in to your binge urges, you are eventually going to experience the comfort of no longer binging, the freedom of no longer having these intense urges, the joy, the happiness, right? The peace that you actually want long term. But the comfort doesn't come if every single time you feel discomfort, you say, I can't do this. If every single time you feel the urge to binge and you let your mind convince you that the urges are stronger over you, you are powerless, you must give in, it's too challenging, it's too hard, you're going to give in. And then you're going to experience more discomfort. Because now, not only did you feel the discomfort of the urge to binge, but now because you gave in, now you're going to experience the discomfort of guilt, shame, embarrassment, frustration, maybe even feelings of hopelessness, of like, oh, I gave in again, right? So you either experience the discomfort short term of feeling that urge to binge, and then you don't give in and you experience long-term happiness and freedom and comfort, or you say, I can't handle the discomfort. And by the way, you can handle discomfort. Remember, there's a difference between discomfort and pain. But if you choose to not be in the discomfort and you're like, oh, it's too strong, the urge is so powerful over me, like I feel powerless, like I have to give in, and you don't sit with the discomfort and you give in, you experience more discomfort. How many of you guys know what it feels like to binge? And then you feel so bloated and you regret it and you feel mad at yourself and you're frustrated and you're like, why did I do that? I'm so freaking mad at myself. Right? So the discomfort, right, that you give, that you don't feel is going to turn to even more discomfort versus I'm experiencing discomfort right now. And guess what? I can breathe through it And through the discomfort, if I actually sit with the discomfort, comes comfort. So if I don't give in to the urge, then I'm going to eventually experience the freedom, the peace, and the balance and the joy that I've been longing for, no longer binging. And when I was in the cold plunge this morning, it was so uncomfortable. I wanted to scream. I was like, I'm always cold. So I'm in this cold plunge and I'm like shivering, I'm like shaking, I'm like freezing cold. And again, your mind is going to tell you you can't do this. And your body is so much stronger than you think. Your mind's going to say, get out. It's too challenging. You can't do this. And your body is like, I got this. Right? And even during your workouts, how many of you guys work out? Drop a me in the chat if you work out. I love working out. And I love working out to remind myself that I'm a badass. I can do hard things. And when I am in my workouts, it's so easy. Hey, Mickey, it's so easy for your mind to say, you can't do one more rep. It's so easy for your mind to say, oh, we got a full minute inside of plank. No, I can't do a minute. I'm only going to do 30 seconds. It's so easy for your mind to say, it's too hard, or I need to lower the weight, or I can't do 15 reps. I'm only going to do 10. But your body is stronger than you think. So then you go and you hold the plank for a minute and your body's like, see, I'm a freaking badass, right? You do an extra, 30 seconds of something, or you do an extra, 10 squats or whatever it is. And your body is like, see, I'm so much stronger than you think. Your mind will tap out far faster than your body. So when you're experiencing the urge, again, your mind is going to say, it's too strong. I have to give in, but you're stronger than you think. So the next time you feel the urge to binge, a few things to remember. Number one, you're experiencing discomfort, not pain. And with discomfort, there's always comfort if you choose to not give in. If you choose to give in when you're feeling discomfort, you're just going to experience more discomfort versus you feel the discomfort and you don't give in. That's when you experience the comfort. Okay. Now, the second thing is you are way more powerful over your urges. I know your mind will say you are powerless. The urge has so much more power over you. And it feels like that because I remember in 2019 when I was binging, it felt like I didn't have any control. Like I needed to give in. And that was because I kept telling myself like the urge is so strong. I always just end up giving in. And it's like, change your language. How are you speaking to yourself? If you tell yourself the urge is so strong, I must give in, I'm powerless, then you're always going to give in because you feel like the urge has so much power over you. You have power over your urges. You have power over your urges. Again, your mind's going to convince you can't do this, but you can't. You are stronger over your binge urges. So whether you work out or whether you do something that's challenging in your life, be in discomfort. Practice being in discomfort. Even this morning, I got up on my first alarm and I actually just got back from Japan. So I'm not really jet lagged anymore, but it's a big time difference and routines shift when you're away. And it's been really challenging to get up in the morning. And I decided on Sunday night, I'm like, I am going to get up on my first alarm. I am going to get up on my first alarm. Does it suck? Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it so much easier to press a snooze button, to cuddle up with my husband, to stay warm underneath the blankets, and just to chill? Yes. But it's also living in discomfort because then I don't get my morning routine in and I don't feel my best. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be a badass. I'm going to get up on that first alarm. And it is hard. This morning, I wanted to press snooze so badly, but I'm like, I'm a badass. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. It's okay if it feels a little bit uncomfortable because the discomfort goes away. I was sitting down here after I got up on my first alarm and I was sitting with my tea and I was doing my journaling. I did my workout. I went for my walk.
I did my cold plunge all before like 8:30 in the morning. And I felt like a freaking badass because I chose to be in the discomfort a little bit by getting up on my first alarm. And I know it seems like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But the short-term discomfort that I felt getting up on my first alarm allowed me to have an incredible productive morning. So the next time you feel the urge to binge and it's uncomfortable, it's okay. The short-term discomfort is going to give you long-term comfort of spending the rest of your night with your family being present because you're no longer bloated or inflamed. Not giving into the urge to binge is going to actually allow you to be intimate with your partner or just have a productive night or relax and watch a movie without guilt and without shame and without embarrassment, without waking up the next morning feeling like you're hungover from eating so much. So where in your life can you practice being in discomfort? Again, whether that's doing a cold bath, or maybe that's in your workouts. And in your workouts, when you're like, oh, you just want to stop, or maybe you plan to do 10 reps and your mind is convincing you stop at 8, do the 10 reps. Prove to yourself that you can sit in the discomfort. Because if you get good at being in discomfort in other areas of your life, when the urge to binge comes, you're like, I freaking got this. I was in discomfort this morning with my leg workout and I felt amazing afterwards. You prove to yourself that you can sit in the discomfort. Is this making sense? Remember, you are a badass. You can do hard things like not give in to your urges. You can do hard things like not like overcome binge eating. You are a freaking badass. Your mind will convince you you can't do it, and your body says, I can do it. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys today for the first day. Like I said, on my TikTok, every single day for 30 days, I'm going to be sharing a strategy, a tool to help you stop binge eating. And I will also be sharing different things that helped me become binge free. And then at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I will be going live and I'll just be kind of like diving deeper into what I shared on the post. So how did you guys like this? If there's any questions, I can maybe stay on for a few more moments if there are any specific questions. Remember about the giveaway. So 2 times per week, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for all of you guys watching. All you need to do is you need to rate and review the podcast. And once you rate and review the podcast and you either leave your, like in the review, if you leave your Instagram name or your TikTok name so I can message you, or you screenshot it and you message me, then what am I giving away? You will have the opportunity to win a masterclass with me. So I run a monthly masterclass inside of my Root and Rewire membership. And you're going to be able to get access to a masterclass with me. So whether it is on rewiring your brain, whether it is how to stop thinking about food 24/7, whether it's ending emotional eating. So there's different masterclasses that I run and you guys will get it for free. 2 people will win each week. So I'll be choosing the winner this week. So make sure to leave a rating and review on the podcast. Let me know that you did it and then you'll be entered to win and I will be sharing them today. So do we have any questions? I will, like I said, I have a few more minutes here. If there's any particular questions about anything that I shared today, or just in general about binge eating. I have overcome binge eating myself. I struggled with binge eating for 10 years of my life, and I'm now 4 years binge free. So if there's any questions that you have about binge eating, I can stay on for a few more moments and I can answer. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow. Today was a real test on discomfort. Yeah, and the journey to ending binge eating is not linear. There's going to be some days where your urges literally feel so strong. And then there's going to be some days where the urge maybe isn't as strong and you are able to give in. But what I always tell the clients that I work with is you don't want to have to rely on motivation to not give in. You want to get to a point where you get rid of your urges so that you don't feel the urge to binge anymore. Because it's one thing to like distract yourself and stay busy and like, fingers crossed, I hope I don't give in. And that's like very anxiety inducing because you're always on like high alert all the time of like, I hope I don't give in, compared to getting rid of your binge urges and feeling confident that it doesn't matter if you're home alone, you're at a restaurant, you're on vacation, it's late at night, you are so confident that you won't binge because you've gotten rid of your binge urges, right? That is freedom. How do you get started? That's a great question. Well, I mean, there's so many different things. What I would say is two things I think are the biggest difference maker in getting started. Number one, you need to be releasing your food rules. And a lot of people don't think that they have food rules. And then I ask them and I like get to know them a little bit more. And I'm like, that's a food rule, that's a food rule, that's a food rule. So number one, you have to release restriction. And again, like on my journey, I thought I wasn't having food rules. I'm like, I'm allowed almond butter, but I was only allowed 1 tablespoon. That's still restriction. Oh, well, I was allowing myself to have chocolate, but you can only have one little piece. That's still restriction. So that's the first piece. And then the second thing is you got to practice not giving into your urges. I was just talking about today, maybe before you popped on, every single time you feel the urge to binge and you give in, you are further ingraining this habit into your brain. So if you can start practicing not giving into your urges, the urge will be less intense every single time you don't give in. Like party emojis, isn't that exciting? Like every time you don't give into your binge urges, you are making it that much easier to not give in. You are weakening those neural pathways in your brain. Your urge is becoming less intense every single time you don't give in. So that's what I would say. Hey, Nancy, so good to see you. And if you guys are wondering, like, where the heck and Bob do I even begin? Get inside my Root and Rewire membership. This is where I teach you all the foundational tools to improve your relationship with food, to rewire your brain out of these habitual cycles. I help you get to the root of your binge eating and rewire your brain out of binge eating. So the link is in my bio. That's always the first place. If you're like, I want to work with you, like, where do I even begin? The membership is an incredible place to be. So thank you guys so much for being here for day one. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for day two. Be sure to enter the giveaway, leave a rating and review on the Ditch Decade Diets podcast. I will be choosing 2 winners this week to win a free masterclass with me, which I'm so excited about. And yeah, thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2 at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Have the best day ever. We'll see you guys soon.